Hello and welcome to Octavator Plays. On this week's episode, I'm going to talk about some of the mics that I use to record either vocals for when I'm recording these videos or when I'm recording guitars. To start off, what you're hearing now is through my webcam. I'm going to do this because then you can get a drastic change into the quality of the mics. What you're hearing right now is Thoman's T-Bone MB45. This is probably a copy of the SM78, but they're cheaper copy of their copy. I'm pretty sure they do have an SM58 copy, but it is a metal casing. But this version is in a plastic casing, which probably makes it a bit cheaper. Well, a huge bit cheaper. This mic will set you back about €11, I think. And for an €11 mic, the sound quality is above par. You know, it's not one of those mics that you're going to want to throw out because it's just completely unusable. I've used this mic for practice and I will be using it for gigging because the SM58 that I had is just taking too much of a beating and I don't have the money to keep replacing an SM58. While if this mic, an €11 mic, breaks, €11 is not much, you know, and I've already gotten a fair bit of usage out of it. I've had it for around 6 months now and still working. So €11 for 6 months, it's doing an alright job. What you're hearing right now is through the Shure SM78. And unfortunately, now that I'm doing this review, I have come to the conclusion this SM58 has taken too much of a beating and is now on its dying leg. I have to hold it right up to my mouth in order for it to pick up even the smallest bit of signal. My interface mic gain is on almost full, just under, so it's not getting any hiss. And it's just not picking up anything anymore. And it's a shame because the SM58 is a fantastic mic. It is notoriously fantastic with the amount of reviews you will find online just talking about how well this mic does a lot of people in the situations of live performances and for practices. I have also used this mic for recording vocals in the past in a metal band I am in. Because we didn't have a condenser mic, this was the only mic we had. And it did a fantastic job. It is just unfortunate that this mic is dying. And I will try and get the money to replace it. The only thing I will say about the SM58 is it does a bit of a lackluster job for instruments. In comparison to the SM57, which a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but some people do say that they're the exact same mic, just with a different head, and I disagree. I have used both, and the 57 gives so much more clarity when you're recording guitars and drums, snare, predominantly. Okay, so what you're hearing right now is the Superlux E205. This is a mic I got off Thomann. It was cheap enough. It was about €45. This is a condenser mic, which means you will need your phantom power. This means this will not work on the UX1, but it does work on the Focusrite Scarlett Solo, which does have your phantom power. It's clear, you know, it gives great definition. I've used this to record vocals for my album. Every bit of vocal was recorded using this. It's sturdy as well. It's built in a metal casing. I dropped this on the ground and there's a bit of a dent in the grill just up here, but it still works perfectly. So €45 for that is fantastic in my eyes. It's a budget mic, and of course it's not going to be the same quality as something about €300 or €400, but for a condenser mic at €45 giving you this kind of quality, you know, that's a fantastic buy. Okay, the last mic I'm going to talk about today, I'm not going to hook it up because this is a guitar mic predominantly. I'd say you could probably use it for different instruments as well, but I use this for my guitar. This is Superlux's PRA628 Mark II. I got this on Thomann again, probably for about €40. And this mic for €40 sounds amazing. I would say it's probably a copy of the Sennheiser. I think it's the E209, I think. That is a mic I want. But I got this because I'm on a budget. Again, most of these mics that I do have are on budgets. The most I've spent on a mic is for the Shure mic, and that, I think at that time I bought it was about €98, I think. But if you want to hear this mic, go back on any of my videos, and I use this for recording any of my cab speakers. And to me, for the price of this, it is phenomenal. I don't know why you'd want to spend, if you're getting a budget mic, why would you spend any more if you can get this for your €45? Now, if you have the money, buy a Sennheiser. But if you don't, I do recommend this Superlux. Again, if you want to hear any of clippings for guitar for that, this mic, do go back and watch any of my videos, and they will show you sounds using this mic, captured with this mic. Again, coming back to the Line 6 pod farm, if you want to hear any samples from the pod farm, go back onto a few of my first videos, and it will show you comparisons between that mic and pod farm. There is a big difference. You know, I tried to match them up as close as I could. There is a big difference, but saying that, pod farm still does succeed if you want to get good tones out of it. So there you have it. They're the mics that I use to record anything from vocals to my guitar, or if I'm in a practice situation. These mics are all on a budget. They won't break the bank, and they all give a good quality for what you're using them for. Throughout all the mics that I haven't noticed huge negative flaws within them. Besides, you know, the Thoman's plastic sheltered one, it will probably break very quickly if you are harsh with it. More than likely, if I'm going to be gigging with them, it's going to break. But for €11, it's not a big thing, you know.